So we have our esteemed guest with us, Cyrax, fucking Cobra loyalty.
Yes, hello? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going tonight? Are you doing pretty well? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Well, big favor, can you tell me when we're actually gonna be live, please?
We're live right now.
Oh. How's it going?
It's going great.
Wasn't expecting that, sorry.
You're good.
Oh.
Let me turn you down a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me turn down my music here. I'm sorry.
No,
I was getting myself pumped up.
Yeah.
Gotta get ready.
So I'm gonna, I guess, introduce you like from my perspective, and then you can fill in anything that you want. So this is the Seizure Robot. Seizure I found through YouTube. Seizure does a lot of stuff, but I would say Seizure is from or is mainly known for doing deep dive analysis on Cobra, and does obviously some other things. So I found you from there, and your and Chauncey's stuff was what really drew me in. So I'm sure there's more you'd like to add to that for sure.
Oh, I just want to say welcome to be here. Thanks, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that picture fucking.
Well, why don't you put it on for him?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh.
Are
Thought
you?
I'd do myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Me too.
try to keep up.
It's fucking killing me. I did want to ask you while I'm setting this up.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people on YouTube are like, fucking Chauncey as a permanent guest. Is that a possibility? Because I know Chauncey's talked separately about how like Cobra's boring now, which he's not wrong.
Chauncey is retired.
Oh, okay.
And no longer in quotations anymore. It used to be.
Okay.
Where he was prone to coming back. But now he is dead serious about not doing any more podcasts, not talking about Josh. He will talk about him on his stream sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't think it was ever meant to be a long-term thing, unfortunately.
No. That makes sense. Let me
Yeah.
I think we could do it like that, right? That'll be. Yeah. Handsome boy. I kind of figured that was more or less the case. And for those who don't know, obviously, like they were asking when I just all I said is that I had a guest, and then they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be fucking Cyrax," and then somebody, was it Vay? Was it you, Vay, or was it Anton that asked if I'm gonna have fucking Cobra on? But you had the opportunity, the esteemed honor, if you will, to actually talk with Cobra directly. Did you not? Oh, I'm sorry. That's fine. That's fine. I know I didn't. I know you recorded it, but like, what would I know? Oh shit! Hold on, my bad. 1 second. I did this. I forgot. I switched to properties. Okay, you should be good now. Uh, no, no. Yeah, they're saying you're muted. No. Why is it not? It should be. What the fuck?
My thing light up.
I'll just
Okay, I think we're good now.
Yeah, no, it's because I switched to screen capture. There we go.
Okay.
Anyway,
You want to do that again?
yeah. What did I say?
Well, I was telling you that I'm in a very bad mood now
Oh,
because you brought up Chauncey
yeah.
immediately, and now I'm a very cranky baby,
Cranky
and I'm going to be
babes.
really upset for the rest of my time here.
It's unfortunate. I gotta keep it in check, man.
Unfortunate for you.
Yes, yes.
Who cares?
There's a lot of unfortunate.
Who gives a shit?
Mm,
Yeah.
I
So
did.
I did get to talk to Cobra once. I've talked to him twice.
Yeah.
My record right now is once every 10 years, and I'm not joking about that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. That's the going rule. So maybe
Once
when
every
Cobra is 40, I'll talk to him again.
You think he'll still
But
be
once
here?
was it was a Skype call.
Yeah.
He put it out on his Facebook. It was an open invitation. I jumped in. It
Oh,
was a
yeah, yeah,
smarmy
yeah.
British guy and talked it up. And then just recently on that one panel, I got to talk to him and we had a lot of fun.
That's good. That's good. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully he'll still be here for in the 10-year mark. So you can
Don't
get
count
it.
on it.
No, I'm not holding my breath. I'll
He's
just
in
be.
bad shape.
I know, I know. I'm
Yeah.
honestly like I don't wish any ill will toward him, and like I keep telling Stacy, I'm like, man, when he goes, like, what are we gonna have to ingest content wise at that point? I'm gonna have to switch to like a lesser, you know. I'm not really looking forward to that. So
Yeah, maybe one of his really angry, I wouldn't say detractors, but there exist people that watch Cobra and hate him and want him to die,
yeah,
and they just talk about it incessantly. They are prime candidates for being his successor. When you actually
yeah,
look into these people, they
yeah.
are really funny. Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, that's a fair assumption for, or not assumption, assertion for sure. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
But I wanted to get the Cobra out of the way because I know like a lot of people, if they're from mine, they'll probably know you from that. But where our focus today is going to be on paranormal. I know that you said you have some videos that you've found.
Yeah.
I did want to. I know I mentioned it to you in Discord. They might remember. I did try at the suggestion of somebody else. Had tried to find some paranormal stuff, and as I told you in Discord, for me it was really difficult to find anything that because I guess I'll give you to back up. I'll give you like my stance on when it comes to paranormal shit. First and foremost, I believe in it. I operate as a skeptic out the gate, and then if I cannot disprove it, then I'm inclined to resign to okay, well that's something out of the realm of the naturally occurring or whatever super. It's more in the realm of supernaturally occurring. So a lot of the stuff that I would find, it was like easily disprovable, or I'll be like, oh, I do editing, I can see like that six fucking jump cuts or whatever.
Yeah.
So what is your I guess perception of like where do you stand on it?
I probably should have made it much more clear, at least in terms of this playlist. When I say paranormal, it's just kind of odd
Okay.
or spooky videos that give you a weird feeling.
Okay.
I am definitely interested in stuff that really can't be explained, but this playlist isn't quite so much that. Just really weird shit on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I'm all for that. They took me down a rabbit hole last week where they showed me a bed smoker. What's that other guy? What's that other guy, Anton? That fucking uh, that guy eats all the time with the crazy cat lady.
Hmm.
Food
I
dip,
like the sound of these people.
food dip. That was a trip. Fed smoker though. Fed smoker takes the cake. He's dead now. But he talks like he's like derivative of like Randy Macho, and he's just like he's smoking, but he's like eating the fucking filter. And he's like, you fucking always talking through his teeth, and he's like hates the federal government. Talking about he walks up to some security guard. If you just do Fed Smoker re-uploads in YouTube, God, it's like
Yeah.
a gold mine of shit. Definitely check it out.
It reminds me of Terry Davis. You ever follow that guy?
So why does that sound so familiar?
Yeah, he was the fella who created his own operating system from C++ called Temple OS. and he hated
Oh,
the CIA.
yes, 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 yes.
I
You
love that guy.
you met him, Stacy? Stacy knows fucking royalty.
He created the term CIA glow N.
Okay.
That bad naughty word.
Yeah.
He is the origin. If you've ever seen that around.
I have briefly. I mean, like, I dabble in like probably a lot of areas of the internet that I probably shouldn't. I think that's for most of us that have
Everyone
been.
should be watching Terry Davis. That's required viewing.
I need to get on it
This,
then.
he made his own operating system that can communicate directly with God.
Vay just asked, wasn't Temple OS a Linux distro? Oh no. Okay.
He created his own I think he called it a compiler. I don't know the terms very well, but it wasn't like a Linux variant. It was his own
Just
thing, I believe,
oh
based off
okay.
of C++.
Oh okay. Holy C.
Yeah. It's amazing. If you ever need like a good stream
Yeah.
of just covering his weirdness, there's a gold mine of his operating system going. There's people who have installed it onto drives, and you really have to work hard to get it to function. Only he really knew how to operate it correctly.
That's fucking wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, really believed it was his portal to talking directly with God. He once beat God in a game of chess in his operating system. It was a big moment.
Jesus. Stacy says that he has it on a virtual machine.
Ooh,
So that's even better. So you
that's quite an achievement.
yeah,
Did you actually get it up and going?
he said it's an amazing OS. Of course you would
Yeah.
think it's an amazing OS. Stacy, oh yeah, he said he got it going.
Damn.
So yeah, that's
Damn.
yeah,
I'd heard
Stacy's
that, I mean, just to get it to boot, you have to really go out of your way and do some weird tips and tricks. That's amazing.
Stacy's the gold mine of the dark recesses of the internet. Anytime I think that I have scraped the bowels, he'll come up with something far worse. Because they early in the stream they were talking about, hey, did you hear about the Dubai porta potties? And I'm like, yep, 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 yep. Stacy sent me a video.
Yeah.
Stacy sent me a video. I've seen.
Pretty graphic video from what I heard.
Yeah, yeah, it was yeah,
Gross.
super gross.
Well, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about weird videos, which is totally different from what we were
Yeah.
just saying.
Well,
I've
I
got
mean,
here-
you could classify it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's absolutely in that same vein. It definitely belongs in that wheelhouse. So I have little categories here.
All right.
This is a section called Scary Mannequin Things. And we're going to see some videos. A lot of these were very near and dear to me.
Okay.
I would say, gosh, like the beginning of 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And think I was in a bad place and I was going real hard on this kind of stuff.
Is before you started, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Does any of this fall into like Shay St. John categories? Or are you familiar?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Shay is like I don't know how you feel about I'm very open about like extracurricular activities. So they're very familiar that I have done and will do like hallucinogens. The first time of me doing hallucinogens was when I found Shay. So
Ooh.
that was my indoctrination to Shay.
And we got some viewers in here too.
Yeah.
We bought a ball bath.
Yeah.
Amen. Very cool. Yeah.
Super hilarious.
You'll probably recognize this next one then. This was like right at the very beginning.
God damn it!
It's coming a little soft, I think. Hang on. I deliberately made it soft because some of these vids are loud.
Yeah.
How's that coming in? Is that loud?
I mean, that's perfect for me.
Okay, good.
Turn it up a little bit.
You ever see this one?
The beginning looked familiar, but
Fantastic. Hey. Good one. So I've read lots of things about this. Supposedly a guy who loved robotics, he wanted to show off.
Uh-huh.
Other people wrote that this looks like it's deep inside an underground shelter, that those windows are just there to look like
aesthetics.
you're inside a house. Yeah.
The mouth, I think really bothers me. Because I find, obviously, like, you know, I do work in haunted houses, so mannequins are very prevalent. I love the aesthetic they give off, and, you know, they also really, like, I don't fucking like creepy dolls. They have to be uber realistic, though, for me to hate them. They don't scare me. I just want to punch them. Because we have one in the fucking garage. It's like porcelain, and it's got these very lifelike eyes. It's like a child with like these like almost like cherub like looking features.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good
cheeks.
right there.
That's a nice shot. Someone asked if I'd ever seen a Family Finds Entertainment. No, I haven't seen that one.
Isn't that sounds familiar? What is that though? What? You can't just put that in there.
Yeah. How tall do you think that thing is? Because you see the top of the window.
Yeah.
It's about as high as that.
I would assume if it's like a normal house construction, or well, not like whatever, just normal construction of like heights, that looks to be like close to like 7 feet, maybe.
Yeah. It's a tall one.
So that's unnaturally tall.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. There's
Chat, how loud is it for you guys? My bad.
No, you're good. Turned it up a little bit for him. Because for some reason, I'm trying to... Let me do this while you're...
Because I can raise it. I've got this digital mixer thing where I can control it very, very well.
Yeah, if you want,
just don't want it to be overwhelming.
Yeah, if you want, because for some reason I tried to make it so I have the audio capture. I just have it through all of desktop audio. For some reason, the application audio is in beta on Streamlabs, so I can't separate.
It keeps things simple, at least. I catch myself doing that a lot and not using the mixer just because it's one little bar to manage.
Yeah, because I don't have a mixer. I probably need one at some point.
So you were on hallucinogens watching these vids.
Yeah, skin tape session was the one. I took about like a little over an eighth of mushrooms, and my fiance at the time was like, "Are you familiar with Shay St. John?" I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And she was like, "Well, you need to watch this." She put this on. She put Watership Down on. And I think that was about the entirety of her night. I went back and forth between this and Watership Down.
Damn.
So the next like 3 weeks, I couldn't stop saying skin tape session. Just on a fucking loop.
It's really, really weird, this.
Do you know, like, I know there's so much misinformation when it comes to Shay. I've heard, to my knowledge, he is dead. But then there's other people who have tried to take up the mantle and tried to pretend they're him. There is one person on TikTok that does stuff similar, but directly says that he was inspired by Shay, and he is not Shay. It's kind of like, you know, a homage to Shay.
Kind of sounds like the Gray Fox in Oblivion. People just want to put on the mask and keep the legacy going.
Yeah.
Because it's this anonymous thing.
It's...
I mean, to me, this is always a relic of 2009 YouTube.
Yeah.
That era. And to keep it going now just feels strange.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, I think, don't... I don't know, absorb the same shit the same way that they used to.
Yeah.
Most people, I think, would look at this and be like, okay.
the medium has changed. I mean, all these old videos, the resolution is cripes, like 320p every time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I ran all this to the VCR just because every video is so crusty.
Yeah.
There are artifacts everywhere.
Didn't you fucking so people know for your streams, because I don't think I asked you, but are you starting to try and like stay a little bit more? Because I know when you did your Twitch stream like last week, that was the first time I'd seen you online in a while, but you are starting to start back up. Am I correct on that?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. I appreciate the plug.
Yeah, let me
I need the plug.
Let me
it's that time.
Drop your channel in there while we're talking about it. But so they understand a lot. Is it, I would assume all of what you drop in
Escape from New York, dystopian hellscape.
Wait, oh,
Yeah.
your fucking channel was playing. I'm like, what the fuck is talking? Sorry. No, but you run all your stuff through, like, how would you explain how you run your videos?
So for the most part, I will have a HDMI to composite converter that goes into a VCR. It farts out a signal, which then goes to a color corrector, another piece of hardware, and that diverts to a Panasonic mixer, which I'll fool around with. You can do glitch effects and stuff like that. The other input just goes right back to the composite to HDMI. That's where they both wind up. And then it goes back into my computer.
That's dope. Because I really dig, I know you probably do it. It's like, I'm assuming like a person, because when you were talking about on your stream, your love for kind of like this era and this look. But I think it adds like a really unique like branding, if you will, because I don't see anybody, technically speaking, I mean, you're downgrading, the quality. And everything on Twitch now is like super crisp, super clean. And if it's not, it doesn't do well. But I think that sets you apart. And that's kind of like why I like a lot of the stuff you do. Because at first you were showing that Boy Scout video. I'm like, the fuck is this? And then I just sat and I continued to watch. And like, as we started to converse about stories of us being in either scouts or whatever, I was like, oh, you know what? Because normally I don't stay around in Twitch chats. I'll show face and be like, hey, what's up? Stay for 5 minutes. And I'm like, I stream so much, it's hard for me to stay in other people's shit. So, yeah,
you're very prolific. You are streaming a lot. I would be exhausted.
Yeah, it's thank you, Stacy, for pinning that in chat, by the way. It's because I guess I don't know if you, I guess I'll just give you like short background. So I hate social media with a passion. I don't think it's used for what it should be used for, which I think should be social interaction. And it's more used for like self-indulgence and picking fun at other people and just really like a toxic area. But there's so much that could be used to the benefit of the platforms. So I didn't want to make a page. I started at a haunted house that's real small in Ohio. And my friend was like, oh, you got a great character, make a page. So I did. I never spoke at all. So for the first like 5-6 years, no one had ever heard me speak. And I uploaded a video of me smoking a cigarette at a haunt that I had been contracted to work at. And it hit like 6 million views over a period of like maybe a week.
Damn.
So that video kind of catapulted me. And I still, at that time, I would post stuff in text and be kind of like very cryptic, but I would never speak because in character, when I do haunted houses, I don't really say a lot. I don't scream at people. I just get really close to you and invade your personal space and just rely on the intimidation factor. Yeah, the bad bitches video. So after that, I like had to sit down because I think my Facebook rose to like 400,000 followers. And I was like, man, there's a fucking lot of people. I'm like, what can I do with this? And this is before any monetization either. So I was like, I don't like, what is something that I could do with this that'll be rewarding, that I'll enjoy? And I still didn't really have an answer for that. So I just started making random like horror related content and whatever. And it kept going from there. So I kept sticking with it. And it's been, now that I speak, it's a lot more involved and enjoyable, I think, because the people you connect with and the opportunities are fucking crazy.
Oh, for sure. I mean, when you're trying to spook people, the fear of the unknown is a big thing. I
Mhm.
really enjoy doing this elaborate setup for my house for Halloween. And usually there is a character involved that doesn't talk. He's just very imposing, and typically my wife or someone will actually do the interaction when need be. And it's
Yeah.
all because when I was really young, I remember trick-or-treating, and there was this one house that had this long winding driveway, and as you approached, there was this big white sheet on the ground, and as you got closer, this guy would start to surface out of it. It was really, really cool.
That's
And yeah, all of the fear came from just not knowing what you're looking at,
yeah.
and it's not talking, it's not interacting, it's this alien thing.
Yeah.
And I've always been trying to capture that same energy when I try to do my own little haunted setup for trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can definitely understand that because for me, I like when I was little, I was terrified of horror movies. I was scared of fucking blood. Uh, I think the last movie that I saw, my dad used to have like just a massive DVD library, one of those big entertainment stands that can fit all these VHS tapes and all these DVDs. And he's a special effects makeup artist for horror movies. He's been one for like over 20 years. So I grew up around it.
Nice.
Yeah, but I hated as a kid, I'm his son, you want to bond with your parents. And I was like, I can't enjoy any of the stuff that he puts together because I was terrified of it. So I forced myself to basically watch the most horrifying stuff he had in his collection. And I remember the last movie that I watched was 13 Ghosts. And I was in I went to bed and I had a fan on and the fan was oscillating and I just had a sheer sheet over me. I was facing the wall. And in my mind, I envisioned the princess from 13 Ghosts with all the naked lady with all the cuts all over her, that she was just like stroking the side of my body with her hands slowly, when in reality it was just the wind from the fan. And
Yeah.
horrible, horrible nightmares. But since then, I was so, I think, just scared by that. And it made me so desensitized. From then on, I could watch anything, never bothered me. Blood as well, same thing I did over the years. So it's interesting how that affects us later down the road and what that results in.
There's the body horror, there's blood and stuff like that, but it's hard to compare with I'm sure the existential dread you felt of this ghostly being actually touching you.
Yeah.
That's the scariest thing of all. So this is very hard for me to watch at night, legitimately.
Okay.
And it's something that would play on a loop in a museum or something. You ever seen this one?
This looks familiar. Isn't there like a long table as it pans out?
There is, yeah.
Okay, then yes, I
And
have seen this.
the story behind it makes it even more spooky for me. Basically, at the end, she says there is nothing, and the idea is that she dies here shortly. She's gonna go nighty night. She's sleeping. Really scary.
Yeah, I think
It's still daytime here, so I'm good.
I really like the fire being the only light source. Oh, well,
Yes.
the primary light source.
And it's definitely not superimposed or anything because it's affecting everything in that room.
Yeah.
She took a little peek and she said, "No, it's just blackness."
Yeah.
Ah.
I could have, and it just loops, correct?
Yeah.
I could have sworn, I think I first found that on like old school E-Bombs World. I believe.
Probably.
Because with any stimuli you are continually exposed to, you begin to like it. Yeah, no, agreed. Like,
So this is just, it's like a Russian name or something. There was, for a time, this very popular thing of this image is cursed.
Yeah.
And if you watch it, you will die.
yeah.
And yeah, that's all this is. Yeah, man.
Cursed images are fucking something else. I like how.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. It has a different meaning today. What were you gonna say though?
Yeah, I don't know if you or how much you're on TikTok at all. I try,
Never.
yeah, I do not blame you. I try to limit my time, but I'm sitting doing paperwork for like 20 minutes out of a 10-hour day, so I have to kill all that time. That being said, so TikTok's a great time waster. There was a guy that was on TikTok that would he made his entire content just reading off of funny quote quote funny tweets that have images associated with it, and he would like be a little over the top with his laughter. It was manufactured. So he'd be like, like, what does the guy say when he comes home with McDonald's? And it's some stupid meme image, and he's like, ha 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 ha. And so people got irritated, I think, with it. And what they started doing, his name was Ben, and they would stitch his video. So it would start with a clip of him, and then it would just immediately go into like cursed images, and they'd be like, we're in your walls,
Nice.
Ben. We're in your walls. We're gonna eat your fucking skin, Ben. And just like that's all it was for like months. But they would use what is now considered cursed images, which are usually like manufactured. Oh,
And it used to be kind of like your mom's gonna die in her sleep if you don't reply to this message energy to just this looks really wrong.
yeah.
Cursed image.
I think that probably, I mean, I can't confirm it 100%, probably came from like old school chainmail emails that were like that. You may
Oh yeah,
just to 10
I figure it's
people.
old as time.
Yeah.
Really, that whole concept.
Oh, smile.jpg. Yeah.
Let me look that one up. I'm curious.
I think I remember that, Stacy. What's up, Ray?
There's a supposedly cursed image of Satoru Iwata eating a donut that you're not supposed to ever look at.
Hmm.
I'll put that one up.
There's actually a game. It's like a text-based kind of choose your own adventure. I think it's on like itch.io or something like that. I'd have to find it. If you're interested in it, I can send you a link at some point. But it's basically like you have to click the image of the person that is wrong, and like they're like as it progresses, they get largely distorted. It's either that or like which one is untrustworthy. And like some of them, they'll just look like regular people, and then another one, there's like just something slightly off about it.
Sounds like an autism test I took once. You're supposed to gauge the expression and see, like, is this person angry? Are they skeptical? Stuff like that.
1 through 10 on the chart.
Yeah. This is another one. This is just simply super duper cursed picture. It's supposed to change as you stare at it. Don't look too long, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
I think that
Hey,
also
Ray of Sunshine. Good to see
probably comes from like stems from like a similar, like Bloody Mary, that type of mythos.
And there's always someone to add more to that same mythos. I remember someone in the comments for this saying, yeah, this is actually a Wiccan practice where they imbue it with energy and it's a real thing.
People, because I guess this is like related, but it's kind of an offshoot. I talked about it earlier on like I think it was like Facebook stream. I was talking, my irritation with people on the internet has like, or continues to reach new heights. Granted, I don't let it become all consuming because like after I get off whatever I'm doing, I just it's whatever. I leave it at the door, so to speak. But it's this. I don't know if it's always been around. I'm just noticing it or whatever. But the people that will just like say something like kind of like what you just said. Usually it's more outlandish shit where I don't know. Like I posted a Father's Day video of that guy Gary Plausch who shot that guy who molested his son. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It was broadcast on MSNBC, but basically he waited at the airport. The guy was caught, and he stood at a payphone for hours and hours and hours. And while he's being transported off the plane, he turned around, just blew his fucking brains out. So I posted just the clip, and it has like a techno drop, and it cuts right before he blows his brains out. So I just did Happy Father's Day. I thought it was, it's in dark humor, tongue in cheek, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, little edgy boy here.
Yeah.
No,
So
I like it. I like it.
there was a bunch of comments on that ranged from people trying to make it political to a bunch of other bullshit. And I'm like, why don't you guys stay on topic? But there was a guy who was like, yeah, and his son fucking hates him and never talks to him again. And I'm like, where'd you read that? And he was like, I read it. And I'm like, can you provide a fucking source? And
Yeah.
he got fucking mad at me, and I'm like, I'll tell you what, man, I'll save you the trouble. I did a quick Google search. I pull up the book that his son published, and the synopsis, I didn't even read the fucking book, but the synopsis just basically says, this is a story of the son's journey into, like getting past that horrific event and strengthening his relationship with his father. I'm like, oh, so I screenshot it, put it in the comments. I'm like, would you look at that? It sounds like the exact opposite of what the fuck you just said. And he just
There's
blocks
always
the
someone
page.
like that. It's such a bummer.
I'm like, can you just research, dude?
I don't know what compels people to do it, but sometimes I'll just watch my favorite streamers playing games and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's always some guy in chat that just has bald-faced misinformation that they're peddling.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
I have no idea. I think it maybe goes to like everybody's an expert. Like you could stream you fucking building a deck. There's a friend of mine who's like a really big streamer. He does IRL streaming, and he was building a stealth van, so when he travels and stuff, he does a lot of like urban exploration and shit. And I'm like, I read the chat when he was putting it together, and people are like, nope, that's the wrong quarter. You got it 2 3/4. And I'm like, you have never built anything in your fucking life.
Yeah, seriously. Once you understand that phenomenon, it helps a lot. But
Yeah.
in the beginning, I could not believe, because they'll be playing, trying to do something, and they'll say with so much confidence, do this thing, perform this, and they are dead wrong, time wasters. Very strange.
Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. So, this is a little palate cleanser.
Better not be
this section
Sonichu.
is called... Oh, hell, I love Sonichu. Don't even get me started, bro. Oh. Cursed video games. Some of it deals with Sonic, but
Yeah.
this video is kind of weird in its own right. It's a guy who is doing the top 10 hottest Sonic characters, and I love this guy to death. I can't get enough of him.
Sonic the Hedgehog,
Oh.
one of the greatest and most attractive characters ever thought up. He can run at sound speed, take out enemies in a flash, and best of all, he's blue-colored and knows how to handle the females.
The females.
Speaking of females, the Sonic universe might also be classified as hot chick heaven because there's such a mess of very beautiful and tough women that it'll make you love the franchise even more. And since Valentine's Day is around the corner, I've been inspired to make a top 10 list of the most beautiful
Hot
female
chick
Sonic
heaven.
characters. Grab yourself a snack and a glass of orange juice and try not to
What?
reach through
He's
the
so
screen because
specific.
here we go!
He's so specific.
Dude. Oh, speaking of fucking, Stacy just reminded me. There's a game that he sent me. It is like you'll have to relink me, Stacy, so I can send it. It's a Sonic game, and I played it on stream, but I was so like worried playing it. It's supposed to be like, it's not true, but the way they put the lore with it is that this was like a canceled Sonic game that was supposed to be like VR. It's pretty well done, and it fits the time.
Was it Sonic Dreams by any chance?
Was it? I think it might have been. Yeah. I think
It gets into like really weird fetish stuff of
Yeah.
like overeating and
Yup.
being like made small and stuff.
Yeah. I played it on stream, and I was like, what the fuck is going? I thought like cock and balls gonna pop up at some point. It made me
You wish.
very on edge. I did because
I
fucking
mean, at least you know like what you're getting into with that. This
Yes.
just gets into the weird stuff.
the scene where there's like you're in like inside the body of, I think, Tails, and then you just get expelled out of Tails' asshole into a
Yeah.
fucking baby crib, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What is it with Sonic people?
Oh. Number 10. Try this question on for size. Who chases and hugs Sonic all the time and wields a powerful hammer? Why, it's Amy Rose,
This
of
guy
course.
is so funny.
Though more of a cutie than a hottie, you can't deny the fact that she's still attractive.
How
Two things that make
do
her attractive are the
people
fact
like
that she
this
wears
come
a
into
dress,
existence?
And when have you
I
ever
don't-
seen 3 big, very smooth arcs of hair sticking
Very
out
I've
of
never had a
her
friend
forehead?
like this.
I haven't.
No.
So once again,
I've never even
Amy
met a
Rose is
person
lovely.
like this.
That is until she goes berserk and starts hitting stuff with her hammer.
Maybe
Hammer.
just
Number
dead
9.
quiet in the
It's
wild.
this alien
hammer.
plant girl from a distant planet, Cosmo from Sonic X. She arrived on the character's planet to deliver a message saying that the galaxy was under attack by a force called the Metarex. She doesn't do
There's also
much
a
except
slight
tell
echo
people to
as
stop
if this is
fighting
being
and focus on the
transmitted
real
through
matter at
space.
hand.
Yeah.
The real reason she lands at the number 9 spot is that she becomes Miles Tails'
I
power's
did not, Stacy.
sweetheart. Something Tails needed for a long while.
Long
Numero
while.
ocho. Cream the Rabbit's mother, Vanilla. She's attractive and is
So-
the size of an
Ray of Sunshine, very serious question. Oh, I guess you say favorite video game. for
Yeah.
Sonic. I first read it as favorite character is Sonic. I was going to ask if he likes modern Sonic or classic because there's a big civil war between those fandoms. It's important.
average human mother. What really surprises
Stacy
me about
wants
her
to know
is that
if
the
you
leader of Team Chaotix,
watched Tom
Vector
the Turkey's
Crocodile,
essays on this.
No.
I'm not familiar.
Tom the Turkey, not familiar.
falls in love with her. Kinda silly, don't you think?
Because it is being
She's
transmitted
another
through space.
character
It's
that
from
doesn't do
aliens.
much, but in
Yeah.
a season 3 episode of Sonic X, she helps Chris
No, I'm a big
Thorndike
fan
get
of
into
classic
space to
Sonic.
fight
I
the
thought the old
Metarex
games
along
were
with
pretty
Sonic
cool,
and
but
friends.
boy, oh boy, it really stopped at the
What number's
Genesis.
next?
Yeah.
7, of course. Wave the Swallow from Sonic Riders. People always root
This
for
one
the
is my
good guys,
personal
but
favorite.
sometimes the bad guys steal the show.
If I'm going to date
Her
an
mechanical IQ is
anthropomorphic
equal to Tails.
character, it's
She
going to
also
be a
happens to be the
swallow.
smartest member of the Babylon
It's gonna be a
Rogues.
bird.
I wonder why she isn't the leader. Like Jet the Hawk and Storm the Albatross, her specialty is riding the airboards called Extreme Gear.
Would you say this is
Two very
paranormal?
long and smooth
Yeah.
feathers extending from her head to her calves,
right.
and
'Cause
droopy
it's not
eyes,
from this
Wave
earth.
will rock your socks.
It's not.
If only we could
This is
see
alien.
her wing. Numero 6.
What?
Tikal the
Wing?
Echidna from Sonic Adventure 1. Named after an ancient Mayan city of the same name, Tikal is the daughter of Chief Pakakamak. She's yet another character that hardly does a thing except beg her father to stop being so greedy. She also traps herself inside the
It comes
Master
so
Emerald
naturally
so
to
that
him,
the
just to
water
help
god
us
out.
doesn't rain terror upon the land. When you're the daughter of a person in the highest power,
I
you
don't
need
think
to look your best.
he has a
Tikal
script.
delivers perfectly. That's why she's
No,
number
no.
6.
It's just off the cuff.
Number 1, 2, 3,
This is
4,
him in his sleep.
5.
Oh, all is
It
one.
just comes from. Yeah.
Mina Mongoose from the Sonic Archie comics.
Okay.
How could you go wrong with a girl who looks like this? She could run nearly as fast as Sonic, and
You're
she
only
went from
getting
being a
hotter, my
freedom
friend.
fighter to being a pop
These are
star
some hot
singer.
animals.
Next to Princess Sally, she looks more humanoid than the other characters. Who could top someone who has long mauve hair? This female standing at number 4, Blaze the cat.
Good chat.
One word,
Oh.
pyrokinesis. How would you
Yeah,
like to
man.
have that superpower?
You're in pain right
Blaze
now. You're
could
not
play
feeling so
around in
hot
the
watching
Himalayas
this.
for hours, and
It's-
she would be perfectly fine.
It's
Also,
a lot to
her
take in.
45-degree ponytail makes her look
This
like
gives
a
me
Native
energy.
American.
Yeah.
I really love the fact that her love interest
This
is the
gives me the
telekinetic
biggest
hedgehog
power.
Silver.
I'll skip
The
ahead a little
combination of
bit
mind-moving and
because I
fire
can tell
superpowers.
you're
Next up is
hurting.
G-Comic exclusive GM. Number 1
For good
character
reason.
that you the love interest really stand on halo.
How did he get to fucking 12?
Outfits, unlike traits. Here we
Oh,
go.
you know, there's no rhyme or reason for this
Yeah.
guy. He just runs really fast. Don't worry about it.
I
All right.
kind of want to look him up now.
Oh man, yeah, I think his channel is completely gone. That's a
Oh.
re-upload. So there used to be something for a time called the Tails doll curse, and it was for the Sega Saturn game Sonic R. There's a little character called Tails doll, and he's this miserable, limp little thing that just bobs around. And there was this legend of a kid who, when he unlocked him, he promptly died. And thus the Tails doll legend was born.
What?
There he is. He's going to get you.
Was that actually like? Oh, okay. But is there actually
Yeah.
any like verifiable like that it was? Oh, it was in the game, but Did it do that?
It didn't do that.
Okay.
No.
I do like that though when they create these, you know, like myths surrounding especially games, and it looks like it could in fact be real. The link curse.
And for a while after that, I did kind of, whenever I would hear that song from Sonic R, because it's so happy,
Yeah.
called Can You Feel the Sunshine, I'd think, oh, this song's cursed. Tails Doll's gonna get me.
Can you feel the sunshine?
Does it brighten up your day?
Always.
It takes on a sinister tone.
I try to, I mean, personally speaking, like anytime I try and get some sun, I usually try and do like face down and try and make sure I spread, because it's been told to me that if your asshole absorbs sunlight, it's more beneficial.
It's where it's most concentrated.
Yeah, exactly.
There's more receptors there.
Goes right inside.
All the vitamin D goes right into your ass. Yeah. It's like boofing sunlight.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I like.
Someone mentioned Ben Drowned, and I wish I had gotten that one, because Ben Drowned was a big deal for me. I thought Ben Drowned was really, really cool.
I don't recall.
It was a Majora's Mask hack that someone put together, and the way it goes with these is it's always a cartridge found at a rummage sale or something.
Yeah.
And the sticker's scraped off, and maybe there's some writing on it. And the cartridge belonged to a kid's brother who drowned. And the footage is really, really, really good for Ben Drowned. I mean, once this is over, if people are curious, we can just pop that on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone recognizes Yume Nikki. Great taste. One of my all-time favorite games. This is some good shit here. So, this is a game about dreaming. You're a NEET. You're a shut-in who is not working or doing anything. And to pass the time until you decide to unalive yourself, you go into a dream world. And in this scenario, if you flip a light switch on and off enough times, an entity called Uboa appears. And he's lovely. But it's random being able to summon him. There he is. Kind of looks like your makeup.
Yeah.
And you collect these effects that let you transform. And you can kind of traverse the world a little bit better that way.
Yeah.
No escape. But you can go in his realm. Eventually, I think of this. Hopefully they'll go inside here. There we go. Ah.
What the fuck?
And you cannot get out of this void. You have to pinch yourself to wake up.
What the fuck? That's really well done.
Oh, it's a great game.
This is actually in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
I mean, there's no dialogue or anything in Yume Nikki. It is purely just hang out in your apartment, go to sleep, go into Dream World, and explore.
Yeah.
There's 2 endings. All right, second one here. This is called LSD, something dream simulator. And it is a PlayStation 1 game that I think was only released in Japan, based off of a guy's dream journal. And it's really cool. If you ever get curious, there's lots of great footage. You can also emulate it.
Yeah.
But in this game, there's a guy called Gray Man. And Gray Man is very bad. He himself is cursed. And he will give you problems. Oh yeah, someone just talked about LSD. Nice. Good timing. There's a guy kicking another guy. Hey.
Man, PlayStation 1 has like just such a specific feel to it.
Yes. That low poly aesthetic.
Yeah. The walls give me like back rooms vibes for sure.
Yeah. There he is. Ah. Did you see him?
Yeah. Just like
That's
that
all it takes.
silhouette.
Oh, Gray Man. Typically, I think he causes you to leave the dream. Yeah. There's this weird chart. Yeah, whenever you wake up, it gets classified.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a quick break and take a pee real quick?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I'll drink some water too.
All right, I'll be right back. No, I was just saying. Stacy sent me the link to Sonic Dreams. I'm assuming you have it, or maybe not. But yeah, you can stream that or whatever if you ever decide to.
Yeah, I should. That would be really entertaining. Someone asked about Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I have played that. Personally, I didn't think it was that fun of a game. It can be kind of tedious rescuing all the children, but it has some kind of unique moments where you transform and stuff.
You rescue children?
Yeah, you rescue little kids in the Genesis Moonwalker game. Yeah, they're in closets and stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah. All the signs were there. It's pretty amazing.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Michael Jackson had a very close relationship with Sega. They really enjoyed each other's company. It's pretty interesting. He had a lot of influence. So there's a very real possibility that at some point during the development, he insisted, I want to be able to rescue children in this game.
That's
probably didn't come from nowhere.
No, not at all. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, it did not age well, right?
And then Aaron's correct. Sonic 3, they did commission him to help produce the music. And it was around the time of the allegations that Sega said, hey, we're not going to explicitly say you helped out with this. Yeah.
Anton said he found a guy on Kick named Smokin' Hick 20. I'm writing that down right now.
Nice.
Fucking smokes cigarettes in bed, drinking and coughing his lungs up like Cobra. I feel like I told them the other day when they told me about Bed Smoker, I'm like, you guys just gatekeeping these fucks for me? Because, like, I need this. I don't think you understand how important this is to me.
Well, you gotta get a good roster going of these internet personalities. You can always use more.
Max Headroom. I love Max Headroom.
It could be. It could be here. The answer is yes. This does have the Max Headroom incident. There was an earlier hijack I hadn't seen before, which is really cool.
I don't know a lot of them.
Oh man, you're in for a treat.
Son got a good break on it.
So, TV hijacking is a very real thing, and I can get into the technicals maybe after this first hijack.
Okay.
Back to throw. Dumps it over the middle. Right open the cut. Cutting left to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown.
McMahon and McKinnon, 14-0 Bears. Then
so imagine you're hanging out in your living room, you're watching this.
Oh, that would freak me out.
That's coming, yeah. There we go. Oh shit, that video's amazing. The I'm trying to eat my fish video. That was like public access, wasn't it? It was like, what's your problem? What's wrong with you?
I'm
just trying to eat my fish. It goes on for like 10 minutes. Fuck, I forgot about that. Oh.
So yeah, what definitely what's up, optician? The the what is the technicals for that like?
So, interestingly enough, I'm going to answer your question with a story, which is very typical Seizure.
Okay.
I once became very interested in being able to broadcast my own antenna signal.
Yeah.
Because once everything switched to digital, the airwaves completely freed up. You can buy a transmitter off of Amazon or eBay, plug a computer into it, and actually get it on your antenna on your TV. You just fart out the signal.
Yeah.
The only difference with a TV hijack is they have a gargantuan amount of power being pumped into whatever that transmitter is.
So do you have to compete with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be really strong to compete. And in this case, if they really hone in on whatever the TV station was and dial it in just right, they will blast the signal and it will beat it out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Back in the day, apparently, people would grow up in neighborhoods where a guy would have his own pirate TV station being broadcasted from his house. And sometimes the FCC would catch wind of it and they would fine you a lot of money because that's a no-go.
Yeah.
But it was possible.
Wasn't that there was a series, I believe it was on Amazon Prime, that tried to kind of like I think it was on Channel Zero, was the show called Channel Zero, and there was, you might be interested in it. There's a bunch of other shit, but I specifically remember in the story they talk about this weird show about pirates that would come on their TV. The parents would never see it, and all the kids saw it. It kind of had like a very like Stephen King's It with Tim Curry kind of feel to what they were talking about, like, oh, we were just exposed to it as kids, the adults couldn't see it kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of made me think of that when you mentioned how
It's very special. Yeah. And that's something that's so cool about this analog
If
tech.
you're wondering what's happened.
Oh, there they are after the fact.
So am I. Actually, the computer that we have running our news from time to time took off and went wild. So what we're going to do is start over.
He
from the
rolls
top
with
of the
it because that's a
barrel
Max Headroom
and tell
joke
you
right
once
there.
again about the 10 victory they had over Detroit today out at Soldier Field. We'll show you from the top and show you again the change. that they
And
made
there's a
today.
second one
That's
which
what Maurice
is
Douglas has the
much
nickelback.
better
He made a great
known,
play
where he
for
actually
his first
talks,
chance
but
to
I'd
win.
never
Scored
seen this
2-1.
first
The
one.
Hawks need a comeback tonight out at the stadium.
Yeah, it's Candle Cove Bay on Channel Zero.
Twice, some of it.
That's right. You liked it so much that you really planned that, didn't you?
Sure I did. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. So people are talking about being in the same building and operating the transmitter. Yes, I'll bet you that's the case.
That's even better.
There we go. That's the second one. It's just nonsense. And they were rotating a giant metallic sheet thing to imitate the CGI that would operate behind them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Vay was just asking about Channel Zero. Yeah. He was just telling me about that. I need to check that out. I actually wrote it down just now.
The one I was talking about is called Candle Cove specifically.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me write that down as well. Candle. My bad.
These are two separate hijacks, yeah?
Correct.
I've only ever seen the first one.
Yeah, man. I didn't know there were two. I can't wait for the next little bit. He goes hard in a second. Really upsetting.
Yeah.
Fly swatter.
Oh, they were probably so fucking pissed.
Oh yeah. That's a big problem.
Oh, I love Local
Hijack.
58.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
This is it's in that same vein. Of course, this is curated, but of an accidental broadcast.
Yeah.
This one spooks me.
But yeah, they freaked me out. I like really
Clapping
looked into
cheeks.
this one. Oh yeah, he did, Stacey. I forgot about that.
Are you talking about Eminem?
Yeah.
Yeah. People have been referencing Max Headroom for decades now. He was a big deal.
And they still never caught him, correct?
Well, I mean, the hijacker, and then of course, like the original TV series, and it was like a variety show that took place for a while.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh,
I have rips of the one that went down in the UK where they would just show like music videos and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah, this
goes hard.
Yeah.
Because this is basically saying, hey, we lost the war. Blow your brains out to really win.
Yeah. And I really like how they like... It's a slow build. And then as you're reading it, you're like, it just gets darker and darker.
Yeah. It gets real dark.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely fits with the times that it's trying to emulate, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You ever see where they actually would take over, like, let's say Oprah's on, and a train derails and there's poisonous gas spreading and they have to tell everyone?
I think so.
There's I believe YouTube vids of that up that I remember seeing, of just like a talk show, and you get that banner at the bottom, the solid bar, and then a big ass message saying, hey, seek shelter or evacuate right now.
Yeah.
A train derailed and there's chlorine gas within this radius. You are in danger. Really spooky.
I actually I don't think I've mentioned it to you, but like for a day job, I do like environmental work. And it sounds really fucking fancy. What I mean by that is I just monitor removal of like hazardous materials, primarily asbestos related stuff. So I just make sure compliance is being followed and stuff like that. But there is a lot of the areas that I go into have like chlorine gas containers, and there was one area I saw a sign that it said, do not enter area without proper PPE, arsenic on site and present at all times. I'm like, why the fuck do you have arsenic for? For what
Just
reason?
a miasma.
Yeah.
A cloud of it hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. That's spooky, man. At first, I thought about, you ever see the videos of guys that are unclogging storm drains during huge downpours?
Yeah.
I thought about that at first. That was like just the first thing that hit my mind.
Environmentally. Those are really satisfying, though. I am not
They
fucking
are. They're
OSHA.
amazing.
I wish I was fucking OSHA. I want to actually, because I most of the people that I work around are like your very typical like good old boys. They already assume that I'm safety because I walk around with like clipboard, and they never see me like put hands on physical labor of any kind. Because most of my shit, like I said, just paperwork on the laptop. So I kind of
But you're
play
a big
it up.
guy at least.
Yeah, but I play it up like that. So I'll like, if I see people working on a scaffold, I'll just stand below the scaffold and just stare at them for like inordinate amounts of time. It's how I get like my enjoyment out of the day. Because,
You're a punisher.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I realistically speaking, I have no power over those people, but they don't know that. So like but I want to go into actual safety audits because I hate most of these people. I had a dude the other day who like pulled up next to me. They're very nosy. I cannot stand that. I was literally on the phone with Stacy actually, and this guy pulls up. He's like, "You doing all right?" And I'm like, "Yup." And he's like, "Well, I saw you parked over there next to the train, and now you're over here." And I'm like, Yup, because there was shade by the train and now there's shade over here. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, you have a good day. Like, never once was he like, hey, what are you doing? I would have told him, but again, not your business.
Was it a cop you said?
No. This is just a worker. He's one of the people that does like some of the rail work. Because I can see on the side of his truck, but I'm like an unmarked vehicle, just parked.
Oh,
and I'm like, it's not your responsibility. You're not Mr. Law of the Land. Get out of my face. Don't ask me shit. Fuck off.
You know, you're not gonna like this, but you remind me a little bit, at least from their perspective. If they knew you better, they would think differently. But have you ever had to endure an HOA?
Oh, fucking yes.
Yeah, and so sometimes I will look out my window and there is an unmarked car there, loitering. Yeah, and I'll look at it, and they might even see me and then peel out. Yeah, and I just want to go up and say, "What did that guy say to you? You were in the shade a second ago, or you were parked over there." Yeah,
no,
I saw you moved.
You should ask him. I mean, depending, because like I live in Texas, and like all these areas, keep in mind, these are in like a fenced off, like you have to be badged to get in, and it's considered like a U.S. foreign trade zone. So these are all people who work within. This isn't like a random civilian person.
Everybody has clearance.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But yeah, they still fucking because I would get so much enjoyment out of like pulling people aside and being like, hey, you're not in compliance. You need to leave the job site because I don't like you.
I will say, I can already tell you are much more important than an HOA person. You're actually doing your job.
Yeah, I'm doing my job, but fuck,
you're there for a reason. I hate the HOA.
So stupid. I would want to buy a house in an HOA if I had expendable income and just become a problem.
Nice.
If I
knew what a pain in the ass it was, I wouldn't have agreed to it because I was still figuring this stuff out. I mean, yeah, if you're just getting your first house or whatever, which I know sounds very privileged, I've been very lucky. You think, oh, HOA, sure, we'll mow the lawn, we'll take care of it. But no, they will drive around, look for grass clippings.
Yep.
Our fence started to come apart, and we were in the process of getting it fixed, and they started taking pictures and all this stuff. No, they suck. I would not recommend it.
Have you ever gotten a fine from the HOA for parking in the wrong direction?
No.
I've
heard about that, though.
Yep. When I was in Arizona, it wasn't even my house. I was staying with some friends for like an extended period of time, kind of getting on my feet in Arizona. And they were like, your car, I think the fine was like $100-something fucking for being parked the wrong direction on the street.
That is nonsense.
Yeah, I was like, get the fuck out.
Go to hell.
Oh, Aaron, I wear FRCs, the flame retardant clothing, the full FRCs that are like, one piece.
Sounds like you need a hazmat suit. Arsenic zones.
Yeah, I mean, I don't enter any of those areas, but like at the same time, like it's they have like lines of demarcation painted on the ground, like that fucking matters.
I'm about ready for you to say that's not makeup.
Yeah, I mean it close to it. When people ask me about the context when I'm out and about, because I live through sarcasm, I think and I'm very deadpan most times. Especially like McDonald's and fast food joints, they'll be like, "Oh my god, your contacts!" And I'll be like, "Yeah," because they'll be like, "Are they tattooed?" And I'm like, "No." What I did, I got bleach, so I went home and I got a syringe. I can't see anymore, but like it just looks really cool.
Yeah,
and then I just won't say anything, and then just wait for them to say something.
That's a powerful move. Yeah. I had a friend who would do that. He kind of looked like Dwight Schrute from The Office, but he was also Colombian, so it was a weird mix. And if he could sense anyone was trying to pressure him and they were uncomfortable, so for example, you're in Best Buy and someone says, hey, you need this warranty or you need to get this thing, he'd just stare at them. And after about 5 to 10 seconds, they would go, you don't need this. Yeah. They would cave in immediately. It's a powerful move.
That's a hell of a power move. I love that.
Man, yeah, the stare.
Blankly staring.
Detecting weakness. So this is another early one.
Okay.
This is the horror of tapes and analog. And really got me going. I mean, God, again, probably 2009, all this stuff really started to take off. I want to make something like this because now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you're sensitive to flashing lights, close your eyes. A little late.
Seizure warning for seizure videos.
Ah, yes.
What the fuck?
Some of the characters look familiar, which is what's strange about it. The little grouper thing.
It kind of. Are you talking about like the? I don't know. It looks like a frog to me, like a
the
morphing
frog thing. Yeah.
It kind of gives me these weird like DMT vibes. Simply because like I've taken DMT like a few times, and there's like this commonality of you seeing stuff that most people have seen and report on, which I find very very interesting. But my most profound journey with that was when I had like it was just an amalgamation of like advertisements that as soon as I started to recognize what they were or think I recognized what they were, they would shift to something else. That's kind of what that gives me vibes of.
I love the idea of an amalgamation of all the advertising strategies combining into one entity.
Yeah, no, it was just it was like I was just being, and mind you, like I smoked DMT, closed my eyes, and so for 15 minutes it was just like constant bombardment with my eyes closed of this like. And then at one point I just started, and mind you, the people that are with me, they didn't take anything. They just observed me. So I'm with my eyes closed on the couch, cackling my fucking ass off. And then I was laughing so hard, I couldn't breathe. And I really don't outwardly laugh a lot, especially that long. And my fiance was like concerned because at one point I'm like, please stop. And then finally, like I just took a breath and it calmed down and went to something else. So it was very unique experience for sure.
A lot of people on DMT, I think they'll say they go into what they call the ether or this special zone that when you're dying, you start to visit.
Yeah.
It's so weird though, because you were seeing ads and stuff.
I don't know. Anytime I dabble in hallucinogens, it's always like just a fucking shit show. But it's wonderful. I love it every time because every time I come back from it, I seem to be more in tune with like what I'm trying to do with my life. I seem to be a little bit more, I don't know, just checked in, more aware of myself, my surroundings, and like what I want to get out of life. And I feel like for most people that takes them years and years and years to achieve. So
oh yeah, well, I think it's supposed to eliminate your ego.
Oh, 100%.
And that blocks people all the time. It's very irrational. It gets in the way. Yeah. This, to explain, when you record a VHS tape and then record that recording, you get something called generational loss. And that's what's happening to old Rick Astley here.
That's badass, though. I really like
it's really cool. Kind of like doing a Xerox of a Xerox. Like a photocopy of a photocopy thing.
Do you remember? I think I remember it on eBaum's World. It was on like one of these like urban legends videos that was on there. They had a collection of like about 3, but there was one of them where they would take a camera, like a VHS camcorder, and loop the signal coming in was of what was on the TV and would point the camera at that TV. So it was like an endless cycle.
Oh yeah.
And
that's the root of circuit bending. They call that a feedback loop.
but they would say there was like creatures and all this shit. And some of the images, the still images that they would capture from that was like horrifying.
Yeah. It's like a Rorschach test almost. It will start to take on these really interesting shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, circuit bending is really cool. And that's what I've got with my Panasonic mixer here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
got an input into an output into an input with all kinds of extra variables layered on top.
No, that's really dope.
Yeah. This thing's almost over. It gets a little too wacky. I had to cut this one short.
That's why I think like I'm obsessed with technology. Like I find it like very fascinating. More like newer technology, but at the same time I have like a lot of respect and I don't want to say admiration. I guess like reverence rather than admiration for like a lot of the stuff that you can do with older technology that's kind of lost now.
Oh yeah.
You can still do some of it, but like there's a big difference between like glitching and manipulation with like newer technology versus like this.
And man, some of it borders on lost technology, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I used to, still am, really into old tube TVs, CRTs, stuff like that. And with the new tech, we have OLED. And its special property is that it can control the brightness of each individual pixel, which LCD couldn't do. And CRTs have always been able to do that, which is just a neat property. I know they don't look as good. It's not as sharp. There's a lot of disadvantages, but that was the one thing that old tube TVs could do that for decades we could not. We could not control the brightness on each. For the TV, it would be like, the cathode, like their aperture grill or whatever on the screen. Yeah. But it could be controlled individually. And now we're finally catching up to that unique property that they had.
Better send me some, Anton. I swear to God. What's up, sweets?
Skip ahead a little bit. We get it. Okay. This one's kind of silly. This is a guy showing his VHS. Wait, tape? Home video. Okay. His VCR collection, in other words. I love this guy.
That haircut is amazing.
Yeah. Just get a big colander, get like a spaghetti strainer, and put that on your head and just cut around it.
This is my videotape recorder.
I'm gonna move my move me over here.
But that Philips not good.
It's kind of a longer video. I might skip ahead at some point once you get the idea of it.
Yeah.
But he is superimposed over his own footage of his VCRs.
Does he change locations or does he stay there the whole time?
This is it.
Wow. I love the cast of the shadow onto the. I'm assuming it wouldn't have been even a green screen at the time, would it have?
It would have some kind of solid color, yeah. But because of the shadow, it makes the green just slightly different enough that it won't try to key it out. He needed a backlight.
Yeah. Speaking of like green screen, I had this idea. I don't know if I'll ever do it or if I'll probably forget, but I wanted to take I wanted to wear like a green shirt on stream and cast a looped video of the Green Panties Cobra video onto it during a stream.
Yeah. That's doable.
Yeah. I would have to sit down and do it. And sometimes I'm just like,
You do have to weigh the benefit, the outcome versus the total work involved. Yeah. Because sometimes it's just a gag.
Yeah.
And it's over in about 5 seconds.
I think it would lose its luster for sure after like. Plus, they fucking hate it. There's like a line with most of them when it comes to Cobra. And when we started getting into Stacy sent me it was like a visceral edit of him like beating his meat, and they're like, please stop, please stop.
Nice. Yeah, that's going pretty hard. You can't get away with that so much on YouTube. What do your viewers like most? Have you been able to tell?
It's a pretty like whatever. It's like that's why like when I had joined your stream and you were describing that kid shitting in the cave with ADD.
With ADD.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that sounds like you're describing me. I meant that every word because it's like
you got worried for a second and that hit close to home.
You started describing like I did not go to scouts with this dude. There's no fucking way. But no, there's I don't know. It's total crapshoot, really. Because I've tried to do streams where I've had them structured, and I will literally like I'll write it down on a notepad. I will blow through that shit in 10 minutes and then be like, I don't know what the fuck to talk about now.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, you've probably experienced it firsthand by this point, but I can yap a lot. I actually have to consciously stop to make sure I'm not dominating everything.
Same.
Yeah, I'll just talk and talk. But again, easy for me to say, you have been streaming consistently several times a week for very long stretches.
For 10 years.
What?
Yeah, for 10 years. Well, I don't know about streaming for 10 years, but I've been online. Okay. Like this character and this branding I've been doing this for 10 years.
I will turn into dust if I try to do this for 10 years. I don't have the constitution for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't keep up that pace.
It can get exhausting, but I mean, like, I did on that topic. I did want to tell you because I know you had said you're wanting to do more. I know you have a pretty good understanding of everything, but if you ever have any questions streaming wise or anything like that, feel free to hit me up. I don't mind helping.
No, thank you. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. With Twitch and stuff, I tried back in 2019 and got my feet wet.
Yeah.
But it's a different realm compared to YouTube for sure.
All right, Stacy, take it easy.
Bye, Stacy.
Give me 2 seconds. You can pause it if you want.
I'll just let it run. I'll just talk to chat if need be. Chat, what do you think of this guy and his bowl cut? This is a killer bowl cut. Talking about which VCR is best. What nationality is Mo here? Where does he hail from? He's got the sideburns shaved, no eyebrows, and then a very thick, full head of hair, but it's wasted on him. That couldn't be a wig, right? He looks like Captain Kangaroo. On par with Harry from Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. Let me see if I can overlay a picture of him.
Like Harry from Dumb and Dumber.
It was Harry. What was Jim Carrey's character?
Lloyd.
Okay.
Not seeing it here, Lloyd.
That's right. Oh, that's really good. Get a nice big. There we go.
I don't think I said hi to you, Smokey. My bad.
Let's get this blended over a little bit.
What's up, Maddie?
Looking good.
Oh, I had this fucking plan. I'm assuming it's gonna come to fruition. So Stacy is gonna be helping me with this. He talks to like a lot of people on Discord, and I want to take Cobra videos, hand pick them, me and him. Like, so he has his own playlist, I have mine, and show them to a woman of age, alive, cisgender, etc., of course, and get her on video, and her never seeing him prior, almost like a pseudo like e-date. So we might do that coming up. I'm pretty stoked for that.
And that is my best
Women hate Cobra. They are almost immediately repulsed by him.
super.
Yeah.
She will probably be begging you to turn it off.
Oh yeah, that's what I hope for.
Yeah.
Like my fiance for a long time, she was like, "Are you seriously putting him on right now?" And it eventually got to a point where it just kind of like wormed its way into her brain. Like we would like sit down to eat and just want to watch something real quick, and she would just pop on Boggle Chronicles. And the first time she did that, I just like slowly looked at her and I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, I mean, he's funny, I guess." And I'm like, welcome to the verse.
That's right. If you need just to have something on, he is great for background noise.
Yeah, he is. My vagina gets so dry so fast.
This is... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of Ray saying her vagina gets so dry so fast, she actually sent me all 3 bars of tactical soap. So I have all of them.
Did you do a review?
I did try one, the Bond number 5, obviously. So I took a shower with it, and then I didn't tell my fiance when she came home, and I was like, I just want to see if she's like, damn, Sam smells really good.
Yeah.
She did not notice till I like kept giving her a look, and then I had said, like, I dropped a comment. I was like, oh, do you smell it? Because to me, it was over fucking whelming. Like every time I turned, I could just smell it off my own body. And it doesn't smell horrible, but it's too much. And so, yeah, that was an interesting experience for sure.
From what I've heard, it doesn't smell that great. And then the pheromones, they're tested on pigs.
Yeah.
But not human beings. It's not really a known science yet.
No. The protective film. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she took a picture because the bar just kind of disintegrates when you leave it in the water. Or just like put it on a little soap caddy, and it was just dripping black shit. She's like, absolutely not. She's like, put it back in the fucking packaging, get rid of it. So I had to
stain everything.
Yeah, I had to clean it up, put it back, and fucking shit.
You know, it's interesting because Cobra will also put it back in the box.
Yeah,
as he's using it.
The little slivers too. He saves all those.
That's right. They're precious.
Collection, yeah. Can't throw out that gold, man. Dead bar.
We're on almost the last leg of this.
All right.
There was a trend of old animations depicting bad things happening. So, can you say this word on Twitch? Will they get mad at you? The S word here?
It's the S word. Suicide?
Yeah, okay. It's fair game then. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube's pretty nasty about it. Suicide Mouse is supposed to be this old thing of Mickey Mouse walking down a street, and then it gets gnarly and he dies or something, which then spread to something called Dead Bart, which was massive. Dead Bart was huge. Someone in chat
sounds familiar.
recognizes him. But yeah, this is the Suicide Mouse footage. It goes on for quite some time. It's a little dull, but yeah, lots of people. Yeah,
reminds me of those. There's that old. I know Ghostman repurposed it of that old black and white. Fuck was it? That ghost dancing around, which was actually also derivative of, or not derivative. I think they not rotoscoping maybe, where they had taken somebody who's actually dancing. It's very much. I'd have to find it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not.
For the animation technique, if they draw over footage of someone dancing, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. But it was the specific animation. The reason I had found it was the music artist Ghostman. He had done where he had taken it's a guy. It's like a ghost figure that has like long legs and is doing this kind of intricate like footwork. But it's very much in the style of like similar to this. But I know they did rotoscoping over a very popular dancer at the time who was doing that dance. So that's kind of what this gives me vibes of.
Yeah, and I'll be curious to see it. it sounds like it's at least a nice animation if they went that far.
Yeah, let me see. I can probably pull it up.
It continues for a while. I think it's based off of a creepypasta about how they found this film reel, and they started to feel real bad, and the footage just gets worse and worse, and then there's a dark part, and then it gets real. There he goes. Now he's smiling, and that's bad. Yeah, Suicide Mouse.
So he
says
just.
it's a good video. Yeah.
This is. Oh, it's just this part, actually.
Got a little something for me?
Yeah, I'm about to send it over.
Sweet.
It's this. Oh. Can I just? I'll just. Oh, I just know I had the screen minimized. I think. So he progressively changes.
Yeah, he starts off looking like he's deep in thought, and then he gets the big smile here, and at one point, there he gets a little gnarly.
Ah, okay. And then the background seems like it's starting to shift in terms of like decrepit.
And I turned it down, but the music gets very dissonant and unpleasant to listen to. I don't want to torture your viewers with that. May have seen this before, something similar. There were a lot of imitations. It's either this or Dead Bart that made a lot of spin-offs of this found footage of an animation that was really cursed and evil.
I'm assuming Dead Bart is just Bart from The Simpsons doing about the same thing, yeah?
Pretty much. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's got X's for eyes.
Mm.
And that's it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what that thing is.
Almost looked like
Maybe a little jump scare.
Looked like one of those gargoyles from the TV show Gargoyles for a second. I used to fucking love that show as a kid.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very dark. Not so much tonally, but just the actual atmosphere and stuff. And shadows.
There we go.
There we go. This is Dead Bart. I'll crank it up a little.
Start off like a... Oh, okay, so it does start like a real episode?
Yeah. But it's all broken up and in 16p. Can't tell what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. How startling. This made waves.
Oh, I bet. I also think it's really fascinating, like, because obviously somebody put this together, especially like when people put stuff like this together and then don't claim it. I find absolutely fascinating because they don't want the acknowledgement and they'd rather the mystique run on.
Yeah. Well, that's a big part of it. It needs to be, if it's really found footage, you didn't make it.
Yeah.
It just existed.
It's been there since time immemorial.
And this, I think, is a derivative of Dead Bart.
Yeah.
This video is actually unlisted now.
That Mr. Simpson.
I had to find this in a bookmark.
This man gets fired.
Like fucking MS Paint.
Yeah.
Lissa, stop playing the instrument. Lissa, stop playing a loud saxophone. George, where's my beer?
I don't eat the pig.
Here is some cold soup instead of the animal.
I feel like it's all the same
Homer,
person.
Bart did bad grades at school.
Bart, you're my son. Bad grades at school. How? Bart, you're my boy. Lisa and Maggie are the kids, and Marge is mom.
Eat the clothes.
I
Eat the
hate the
clothes.
boy Simpson.
Eat pant.
Eat pant. Home pair. You big ass.
70s.
Imo's Tavern.
Hi, is Homer there? Homer Simpson?
Look, you. If you do a prank on the phone, Homer Simpson's not here today. Love the donut at work.
You remember fucking IR Baboon?
Carl. Love beer at the tavern with
Google it
Mo
to be sure.
and his friend Len and Carl. Homer,
Not off.
I only let
hand.
you guys drunk. Where is the Mo?
Oh,
Mo, you
was that like
serve.
the I Am Weasel
You
show?
always what to
I think
say.
so, kind of similar. I'm not
Yeah.
pulling a blank with the I Am Weasel, but IR Baboon, I just remember fucking. I watched this fucking guy
Children,
who he does like
love
just
Krusty.
pity gameplay. Yeah, that guy. And
Okay.
he just like starts quoting it. He's like
Buckman,
70s,
my boy, on
70s, and then just starts screaming like the character. And I don't know why it always gets me every time.
The environment because of Principal Skinner.
Sometimes we can't help it.
Yeah.
There's just certain things that get us going.
Palmer has caused the issue at the nuclear plant with Mr. Burns as his
Yeah.
boss.
I think
have
I
no
personally think
home.
this style came from Dead Bart of just cursed, bad looking
Animation.
Simpson stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead Maggie.
Yeah, that fucking went dark super quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maggie is dead of slap.
Well, that's it. All right, this is my last segment.
All right.
It's a fellow called Sut Steve. He's been on YouTube since 2006.
Holy shit.
He is unintentionally creepy, and he's always been an old man his entire life. He loves tea.
Okay.
Loves Sut Steve. Love it.
I've never.
Iced tea. That magical elixir of dreams, and sometimes nightmares. It's a common drink throughout most places in the United States, yet it remains a mystery in others. Some people have asked me how I make my iced tea, and I hope this video will demonstrate how I do it.
Okay.
Even though the process
Feeling good about
differs
this.
from person
Yeah.
to person.
This guy's a straight shooter.
Enjoy.
Some good voiceover here.
First, take a small pot and fill it 3/4 of the way full with water.
Why?
Water.
Next, place the pot on the stove and heat it on high until the water comes to a boil.
Gotta learn how to make.
While
There-
you're waiting,
there can't be that
get
many
more
fucking
modified
steps.
Small tea bags.
very
and
involved.
remove their
Holy
cardboard
shit.
tags.
He's a mellow
Removing the
boy.
tags will keep
Oh,
the tea
yeah.
from tasting like cardboard.
This is exactly what he wants to do as well. He used to get a lot of questions asking, "Hey Steve, are you depressed? Do you wish you had a girlfriend?" Stuff like that. And he'd say, "No,
When
I'm
the water
asexual.
gets warm, place
I
the
just
tea
want to hang
bags
out.
into
If I had all the
water
money in the world,
and
this is
stir
exactly what I would
to
be
get the
doing."
water flowing
So he's
to
he's
him.
he's just he's a god among men. He's living his
Yes.
truth.
He's in his element.
Holy fuck.
Then fill a large tea pitcher halfway full and put just under 1 cup of sugar into it. This measuring cup measures half a cup, so it takes 2 scoops from it.
Can he clean it? Can he?
It looked a little grody, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the chunky sugar in the bottom already.
Mm-mm.
But he probably makes a lot of it, so
Oh yeah.
maybe that's
He called it his daily teas.
that's. I like sweet tea, but this is taking it to a new level. Which I didn't even think was possible.
And stir.
I'd just get more caffeine. I'd rather have that over a sugar high, which is far worse for you.
I can only drink like maybe a glass because then my mouth feels fucking just gross with sweet tea for some reason.
All the bacteria starts having sex with each other.
Yeah.
You get the bits on the teeth.
Exactly. Actually, one time I had sweet tea that was sitting in the fridge for, I guess, longer than I thought. And not looking, I just like poured myself a glass and went to take a big drink. And it was one of those like amoeba slime cum fucking...
Like the dishes.
I felt it hit and I just fucking threw the glass.
Yeah. It sounds like you were making kombucha.
Yeah,
on accident.
I was very upset.
It was basically a bacteria colony that was growing there.
Now I don't. Now I have like PTSD with sweet tea. If I ever I stare at it intently.
And allow the water to boil.
I can imagine. That's traumatizing what you experienced.
He looks and sounds like fucking Craig from Reno 911. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I used to love that show.
The pot into the tea pitcher.
Guy's always got that, like, he's got that lip thing going on. The glasses.
Oh, he'd be in like, yeah, I remember, because he was a serial killer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he had the big glasses just like Steve. Okay.
He also, that dude, by the way, does comedy, and he's very funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's like coffee. That's not fucking tea.
That's really dark. Yeah.
Congratulations. You've just made a pitcher of sweet tea.
Now
put some ice into a glass and pour the tea into it.
His voice is like molesting the inside of my spine right now.
It's a voice, all right.
And drink.
It's kind of breathy, and I mean, again, this was in 2006.
And there you have it.
Why? Why is that shot necessary?
Because he knows.
Oh.
He knows.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, the big glasses. This is the finale. He has a wonderful habit of showing what he's eating. He calls it supper, and he'll just title it Random Supper and then a number. And he just slowly approaches the food with no sound or anything. It's the best.
The whole video silent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
It's very strange. This is real paranormal footage right here.
Looking for his fucking kitties. Gonna grub down tonight. Fuck it.
I love Set Steve.
And he still uploads?
He does. He got big for a time. And what separates him from guys like Cobra and whoever else is that when he started getting a lot of attention he didn't like, he basically
backed off.
Went off the internet for a little bit and then got a new YouTube channel. And that threw him off the scent.
Instead of
yeah. He didn't fight anybody. He just disappeared for a bit.
Yeah, because obviously I don't think he wants the attention, or he doesn't revel in it. He
has said in his videos, because oftentimes he'll be outside saying what the temperature is. This is a regular thing. But he'll tell people, I would prefer it if you weren't watching this video. He absolutely doesn't like attention.
Yeah. So it's more for him, really.
Yes. It's like archiving.
Yeah. I find people like that fascinating. I just wish like I could, and all varying spectrums of them. Obviously Cobra falls into that to a certain degree, but like, you know, part of me is like, I just want to like come like fucking interview you for like an hour. Then I'll feel
Cobra?
better. Well, just anyway, him, Steve, Cobra.
Yeah.
I mean, each has like their own allure to them, obviously, but it's like, and it's not out of like a malicious intent either. I mean, yes, like this guy is a polar opposite. That's why I'm using Cobra as a reference point. Like Cobra, I know you've touched upon this, and so have numerous other people. Cobra's like one of those, like, a lot of people I think view him and are like, at least I'm not like that. And then with Steve, it's just like complete difference, because I'm like, you don't, like, I don't even know how to put it into fucking words. Like, I know you're a real person, but I need you to show me how real you are. That's it.
I got you. I would want Steve to implicate himself of committing a crime. That would be my job. Because I know he's done something bad.
Just admit it.
Yes. Be like a police interrogation. I'm going to get him sweating.
Sad beige meals. There's no seasoning. There's none.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I love his meals. They are very bland looking.
Soupy meals. Why would you put fucking breaded chicken on top of what looked like cooked tomatoes? I don't understand that. Kind of
I think for Steve, it's all going in the same place. Just put it in a pile.
That's fair, I guess. It's
take all the joy out of it. Yeah.
Christ, that was wonderful. It's definitely not what I expected. Honestly, I know, as you picked up on early before we started, I assumed, I was like, oh, he's gonna hit me with some like real fucking Zach Baggins shit, and we're gonna go over that. So this was way better, even though I'm not opposed to those. But yeah, definitely superseded my expectations.
Well, excellent. No, that's good to hear. I really should have explained what I meant by paranormal. Should have just said weird videos.
Yeah. No, it fits. It's definitely on brand for sure. But yeah, I know you had limited time. I feel like we definitely went over that. That's Cobra's Of Age Bride. Oh my god. Yeah. So thank you for joining. You got anything else before I bid you adieu?
Man, just keep on rocking on.
All right.
Thanks for having me. It was a real treat.
Thanks for
Check out my channel.
Yeah.
I'll be streaming. Actually, tell you what. I would love to show something. Give me 2 seconds. This will be great.
I'll pop that in there again.
Any anime fans in here by any chance? Because I have been getting ready to do something called Toonami Tuesdays, and you know what? Let me just put on this promo. I think it'll say it all.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, whoops. Let me get this up. One second here. Let me fix all my stuff. No, after this, I will get the hell out of here.
Oh, I'll probably end after this anyway.
Hell yeah. Oh, Sailor Moon's birthday. Excellent. Guys like anime.
really dig the toilet.
You like the toilet?
Yeah, I like the nice touch.
Hell yeah. Get the old captain's chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, gang.
Yeah.
Tuesdays, gonna be showing some 90s OVAs. They're self-contained, about 40 minutes. You don't have to watch the big ass series. You just get a nice story wrapped up,
Nice
clean
little capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his channel's pinned up there if you guys want to check it out. I'll talk to Seizure about future endeavors off stream or whatever. And again, yeah, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anytime. Yeah.
Well, you have a good rest of your night. Like I said, I'll hit you up here shortly after stream.
Hell yeah. Later, gang.
Later. Well, that was our special guest for today. I really appreciate Seizure coming on. It was a cool change of pace. We definitely haven't had something like that. I don't think I haven't really had many guests besides like Stacy and Roman. But I think it's definitely important to. You had a feeling it was going to be Seizure? Well, I'm glad I could meet your expectations, Vay. But yeah, we'll definitely. I definitely would like to do more stuff with Seizure. That's what I'm gonna talk to him about off stream because I feel like that's kind of in poor taste to do on stream. Kind of put somebody on the spot, and I don't really like doing that, especially if they're not about it or whatever. So. That's definitely a potential that we'll talk about. I will light you all on fire very soon, probably in like 10 minutes. Light you on fire from the inside out. And yeah, I feel you, Aaron. I gotta make something to snack on. I mean, we're gonna make dinner here soon. Got about an hour till Svedka gets home, so gonna chill. I gotta do a bunch of editing this week. And I did want to mention I will be editing some of the stuff that I recorded the last time we did Omi. Obviously, it's already 9 o'clock, so we're going to skip Kick for today. That's why I had said, if time allows. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Keep an eye on Discord for exact time frames. Just because I don't know how long, like I said, I have a party to go to tomorrow, so I don't know how long. And if it feels like it's just going to be rushed and like a waste for me to like just jump on, jump off, then I might not do it. But I'm going to try to do my best just to still hop on for like a little bit. Yeah, Kick, I don't know, man. I'm trying to still stay constant on Kick, but it's really hard. You guys know, like I stream on like 5 or 6 things a fucking day, so it's a lot to hit all at once. That's why I try and balance it. If anything, maybe tomorrow I might just do Kick by itself and that's it. But I'll let you guys know via Discord. So enjoy the start to your weekend. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Seizure, again for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow, maybe. Bitch. Goodbye.